Hi all! Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these really cute hand warmers. They're a really good beginner project and they're super easy to make. As you can see, here it is up close. You have this nice rib section over the wider part of your hand so that it can stretch, and then it's not ribbed down here so you get that much more snug fit and it can keep you nice and warm. Anyway, it's pretty simple and I'll go ahead and walk you through it. Let's get started.
Okay, so to get started, you need yarn. I'm using Big Twist size 4 yarn, and I'm also using a crochet hook that is 5.5 millimeters. I'm going to start off by making a slip knot, and then we are going to chain. Personally, I ended up chaining around 26, and then 2 more because they're headed into a double crochet after this. But the way that you determine how many you need to chain is measuring from where on your hand you want it to go to. I did right under my fingers and I measured how far down on my wrist. So you want a chain that is that length long. So this could be longer, shorter, it really depends on your hand size, but that is the determining factor. So as you can see, once you finish that, you do the extra 2 chains. So you do the length of that plus 2 more chains to go into a double crochet, and then we're going to start double crocheting all the way across this. The reason I chose to do a double crochet is because I think it gives a lot nicer flexibility around the thumb hole. I think it looks a lot nicer where it stretches and like kind of compresses personally, but you could feel free to start the next part of the pattern if you want, but personally I just like the look of the double crochet a bit better, just how it lies. And so for a double crochet, you loop around your hook, you put it through, you loop again, you pull through, you loop again, and then you pull through both of them. So that's the basic, and you're gonna do that all the way down, all 26 in my case stitches, but for you, whatever that is. And so this will form a nice base, you can hold it easier, and I also think that at the end, when we're attaching the sides, it does make it a little bit easier to sew it together. Okay, so once you've finished all of your double crochets, you're going to start by going into only the back loop of those stitches and doing single crochets across. This will create the ribbed effect. And so to figure out how far you want the ribbed effect to go, you're going to measure again from where you want it to start on your hand down to where the end of the thumb hole is. So you're going to have it ribbed from the top of your hand down to below your thumb. So that length of your project is going to be the rib section. So go into the back loop only while doing the single crochets for that section. So personally, I ended up doing, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I did 12 stitches into the back loop only, and then once you finish the rib section, then you can do normal single crochets. So 14 just fully going into the stitch. So since we're going in this direction, we're going to do the first 12 into the back loop, but you'll see as we turn around the piece, when we're going back the other way, we're going to do the single crochets first into both loops, and then we're going to hit the rib section after those 14 and do only into the back loop. You're never going to do into the front loop. It's either into the back loop or into both loops. And so you want to go into the back loop on the same portion of the project so it's ribbed in the one half and not in the other. Work. And again, once you turn around, make sure to do the single crochet again versus just going into the back loop because you're still on the single crochet part of the project. Okay, so now I'm just finishing my last row. I ended up with about 25 of the backstitch slash normal single crochet rows, and that was able to wrap it around my full hand. So the way you'll determine how many for you is just put it down, wrap it around your hand, and see if it can comfortably fit around your hand. You don't want to be pulling it a lot to stretch it because you just want it to fit really nice, snugly, but not super stretched because then it'll be kind of uncomfortable to grab on. You're not going to get as much thickness over your hand to keep it as warm. So when you just wrap it around, you want to just give it a slight pull to create that tension and it should fit snugly. Now we're moving on to the actual connection of that side edge. So I went ahead and just lied it down, folded it over, and then I'm sticking my crochet needle through both of them, looping and pulling it through. And that's just how I'm creating that effect. You sew up all the way for the single crochet portion, and then you leave a gap, and then I only did around 6 stitches together at the top of mine. So the thumb hole is fully in the rib section versus the wrist is covered by all the single crochets, and then you just sew a few stitches together at the top of the rib section so that it reconnects above your thumb. Anyway, that is the final product. I'm so happy I could show you how to do this. I feel like these are perfect, especially with it being so cold outside. Please like, subscribe, comment, ask me questions, let me know how yours go. Bye!